So students, we were doing geometrical structure. Now in geometrical structure you see, we have done, I have said you that carbon-carbon double bond only shows geometrical structure. But today you learn it that not only carbon-carbon double bond, carbon, that is nitrogen double bond, and nitrogen-nitrogen double bond also shows geometrical isomerism. Not only carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-nitrogen double bond and nitrogen-nitrogen double bond also shows geometrical isomerism. Now, second point, compounds containing cyclic structure, they also show geometrical isomerism. Compounds containing cyclic structure means this sort of, this is a cyclic structure, you know, alicyclic compounds basically, so to say. They show geometrical isomerism. Compounds, they containing cyclic structure, they show geometrical isomerism. Not only that, that is cyclic structure, heterocyclic and fused compounds also shows geometrical isomerism. Fused, that is ring compounds, they also show geometrical isomerism, we can say that. Now how it is? Clear? Now cyclic structure, let us say that. See, cyclic structure. Let us say here CH3 group is there and here H. Here CH3 and here H. So this is your cis because CH3 and HH are on the same side. Got it? Now this one trans, how will I do? How will I do trans? Got it? See here. How will I do trans? Look here. I'll do CH3 here and CH3 here diagonally and H here and H here. So this is your trans. This compound is your trans. In this way, what you find is that these structures, now we'll come to nitrogen and nitrogen also, I'll come to it. So here what you find is that this compound, that is cyclic structure, they also show geometrical isomerism. You can say cyclic structure or you can say alicyclic compound. You can also say the fused compound, fused bicyclo compounds. Why? Why they are showing geometrical structure? The reason is that in cyclic structure here, the restriction is, rotation of restriction is being, what you can say, sorry I am saying, that is rotation is being restricted. Got it? You cannot rotate it freely. That is, here the rotation is restricted. You can try it out in your home also, something like that. You make a cyclic structure and you could try to rotate it. You will find it out that here the restriction is rotated. Means it is not going to rotate completely, but it is going to rotate to a certain extent. Certain extent means, see, it is going to rotate to a certain extent so that one you will be having cis, another you will be having trans. See, trans means diagonally attached. The atoms are diagonally attached and cis, they are on the same sides. Got it? For that purpose, in cyclic structures or in alicyclic compound, or you can say that heterocyclic compound or homocyclic compound, like this is a homocyclic, isn't it? All carbon hydrogen is in the same ring. Heterocyclic, you know that heterocyclic, I already said you, apart from having carbon hydrogen in the ring, here what is there? Only carbon hydrogen is there. Apart from that, in the carbon hydrogen in the ring, I've said you in the beginning, you will also have nitrogen. You will also have oxygen. You can also have sulfur in the ring. Suppose you can have here nitrogen. You can have here sulfur. You can have here oxygen in this way. So nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, what they have? Multiple bond. Again the same thing. When you will be having multiple bond, one is a sigma bond, other is a pi bond. Will you have what you can say free rotation or will you have a restricted rotation? Whenever you are having two different types of bond, I have said you in your regular classes, then you will be having a restricted rotation. Why? Because in case of sigma bond there is head-on overlapping, this sort of, and in case of pi bond there is lateral overlapping, this sort of lateral overlapping you will be having it. And one is head-on, another is lateral. Definitely the bond length will be different, and when you will try to rotate the bond with the different bond length, what you will find? Bond length means one will be bigger, another will be shorter. So definitely try to do your common sense. I have told you in the regular classes, I took a pencil and a pen and I showed it to you, that you will see that it does not rotate freely. If you try to do so also, then also it will not rotate freely. If you try to do so, it's not going to rotate freely. If you if you try that, no, I will rotate it, what will happen is that it is going to break. So when it is going to break means entire structure is going to change. That means you will be having not a what you can say, physical properties is not only going to differ, but also chemical properties is going to differ. And in isomers, you know, there's a physical properties differs, chemical properties does not differ. Chemical properties physically when it is going to differ. In isomers also, there are certain isomers like function isomers is there where the chemical properties differing, but also physical properties differing. It's not that only chemical properties differing, but also physical properties differ. But here you will find the chemical properties altogether is going to change. When the structure is going to differ, the formula is going to change, everything is going to change. Then it's not an isomers then. Mainly if the formula is differing, it's not an isomers, remember it. Alright. So in this way, remember it, that is in case of geometrical isomerism, that is C double bond C, already you have seen it. In C double bond C you have seen it, two types of isomers, what is cis and trans, you have seen it. Today I will say you C double bond N and N double bond N. I told you just now to you, cyclic compound like homocyclic or heterocyclic compound, just now I said you, this one is a homocyclic, but if I put any other atom here like oxygen, if I put it, then you can see it's a double bond. So this is a heterocyclic compound. Alright, it will also show what you can say geometrical isomerism, it is going to show. Or a fused bicyclo compound, you have studied in the what you can say in the classes, previous class I have said the fused bicyclo compounds. Alright, they are going to show geometrical isomerism, because you just remember in your mind why these compounds is showing geometrical isomerism, because they do not have free rotation, they have got a restricted rotation. So hence one more thing you can write, children, you write it down, compounds having restricted rotation, compounds having restricted rotation about a single bond due to steric hindrance or biphenyls, biphenyl means what? Two phenyl groups, that's said to be as two benzene ring attached one to another, that is said to be as biphenyl. This one, two benzene ring, same thing, na? I said you just now to you, fused, two benzene ring attached one to another, this is biphenyls, we can say that. Clear? So they also show geometrical isomerism, but no stereoisomerism can result from carbon-carbon single bond and carbon-carbon triple bond. No stereoisomerism can result from carbon-carbon single bond and from carbon-carbon triple bond, because carbon-carbon single bond has got free rotation around it. Like suppose, see, this is a pen. Here one carbon atom is there, here one carbon atom is there. Then it's going to rotate freely. Freely it is going to rotate, you can see. No hindrance is there. Single bond, na? But double bond means one will be bigger, another will be smaller. So definitely the smaller one is going to restrict the bigger one to move. Got it? But here single bond is there. Free rotation around single bond, free rotation. So hence what I said you, carbon-carbon single bond and carbon-carbon triple bond will not show geometrical isomerism. Why? Because in case of carbon-carbon single bond, there is free rotation around carbon-carbon single bond. Free rotation. They will never show geometrical isomerism. Point number 2, what I said, carbon-carbon triple bond also does not show geometrical isomerism. Why? See here. Now carbon-carbon triple bond means same thing, just similar to it is single bond only, but what you find is there. See the structure, this is carbon-carbon triple bond. So it is 180 degree, the bond angle is. And the molecule is said to be linear in nature, linear. It is 180 degree and the molecule is said to be linear in nature, linear. Linear means what? Suppose here it is CH and it is CH. Whose formula it is? It is nothing but ethine. See here. It's C triple bond CH. It is what? Ethine or acetylene. Will it show geometrical isomerism? No, it is not going to show geometrical isomerism. Why it is not going to show geometrical isomerism? Because it is linear. From this side what you see, from the other side, if you rotate it also on the other side, then also you are going to see the same thing. If you see from this side, suppose I am going to rotate it completely, 180 degree I am going to rotate it, then what will happen? Will it differ anything? No, it is going to be same thing only. It is not going to differ anything. Got it? So here also what you find is that here 3 bonds are there. One bond is your sigma bond, one bond. This is sigma bond and these 2 are the pi bonds. One is your sigma bond and other 2 are the pi bond. Listen carefully, see here carefully. This is your sigma bond and other 2 are the pi bond. So in what you find is that this is your sigma bond, the between is a sigma bond and other 2 are the pi bond. That is lateral overlapping other 2. Alright, and one is a sigma bond, due to which it is having linear geometry is in. Geometry means what? The shape. Remember this word. Geometry means the shape. The shape is linear. We can say that. The bond angle is 180 degree. So hence, whatever you see from one side, the other side also, if you rotate, you are going to see the same thing. So hence, it does not show what you can say geometrical isomerism, because again and again I am repeating, geometrical isomerism appears due to restricted rotation, due to hindered rotation. You can say that. Due to restricted or hindered rotation only give rise to two structures. Here you will not get two structures, here you will get one structure only. In carbon-carbon single bond, as I said, free rotation. What will happen due to free rotation? You will have only one structure. But due to restricted rotation, you will be having two different structures. That is what I am going, what I am able, what I can say is going to explain you. What is I am going to trying to tell you is that due to restricted rotation only, we are having two different structures, and that two different structure give rise to two isomers. Because unless and until you won't have two structures, how will you get two isomers? So hence, it is linear, it will not show any isomerism, that is geometrical isomerism. Single bond also will not show any geometrical isomerism. Alright, because it has got free rotation, it is linear in nature and all those things. Fine. So, understood then what I said you about it? Now, let us come to what you can say. Now, carbon-nitrogen double bond and nitrogen-nitrogen double bond, it shows geometrical isomerism. Carbon-nitrogen double bond and what I said, nitrogen-nitrogen double bond, it shows geometrical isomerism. Now, carbon-nitrogen double bond. So, carbon-nitrogen double bond, in that case, what you will find is that, suppose if H and OH are on the same side, alright? If H and OH are on the same side, it is known as syn, and if H and OH are on the opposite side, then it is known as anti. What I said you? One is your syn, S-Y-N, and another is your anti. Alright? It is syn is similar to cis. It is similar to cis, and anti is similar to trans. Syn is similar to cis and anti is similar to trans. What I mean to say, let us say here C6H5C H, here C double bond NOH, and here you know nitrogen is having three bonds, 1, 2 and this 3, and one lone pair. This is a lone pair of electron. This particular one is a lone pair. Listen carefully, this is your lone pair. So here H and OH are on the same side. It is known as what? That is nothing, instead of cis I write it as syn, this compound is. And here same compound C6H5 CH double bond N, here it is OH, and the lone pair goes this side. It is known as what? Anti. It is similar to known as trans. We can say that. Alright, this is your syn, this is your anti. Now what is the name of this compound? Name of this compound is benzaldoxime. Benzaldoxime. What is benzaldoxime? You know C6H5CH is what? Benzal. And C double bond NOH is known as what? It is known as oxime. It is known as oxime. So hence it is known as, together it is called as benzaldoxime. C6H5CH is benzal, double bond NOH is what? Oxime. So hence it is, together it is known as benzaldoxime. This is syn benzaldoxime, this is anti-benzaldoxime, the name of the compound is. So if H and OH are on the same side, it is called as syn. If H and OH are on the opposite side, it is known as anti instead of trans. Similarly, nitrogen also. Now, nitrogen, how it is, what you do is that, see here N, you put it, here you put it N. So, what you find is that double bond and this one C6H5, and here you will be having, that is this one. See it, this one. What is that? Lone pair, na? 1, 2, 3 bonds here. Nitrogen 3 bond, maximum 3. 1, 2, 3. And one lone pair here also 1, 2, 3 and one lone pair. So this is not known as syn. This is known as what? Anti. That means here what will I say? If this lone pair on the opposite side, it is called as what? Anti. Let us, this one also I am writing it as C6H5. Let us say. It's okay now for you. So it is called as what? Anti. Now if this one is on the same side, if lone pair is on the same side it is, you can see same side, it is known as what? Syn. It is known as syn. If lone pair is on the same side, it is called as syn. Lone pair on the same side. Here it will be nitrogen. Alright. So here you can see the lone pair is on the opposite side, it is called anti. And if the lone pair is on the same side, it is called as what? Syn. Correct? Clear? So it is nothing but known as what? This compound. Clear? C6H5 and double bond N, C6H5, C6 and double bond N, CCH5. This is a homework I am giving it to you. You will tell me the name of this particular compound. I won't say it. You will find it out and you will tell me the name. Okay? You will find it out and you will let me know the name of this particular compound. Thank you very much.